Hello everyone, this tutorial video is for Adobe Animate CC, Lesson 6, Animating Shapes and Using Masks. So first, we need to start Adobe Animate CC, and then choose File, Open, and then go to our lesson files. And then go into Lesson 6 folder and choose 06 Start folder and choose 0 Start .flash and click Open. And then go to File, Save As, a new document as 0.0, Working Copy, and leave the format as .flash and click Save. So the first step for this lesson is to creating a shape twin. The first step is establish keyframes containing different shapes. So we need to select frame 40 for all three layers. You can press Shift and then click all of them and select all of them. And then we can right click and choose Insert Frame. And then we need to lock the text layer and the glow layer by clicking the icon. Then we need to right-click frame 40 in the frame layer. So we go to frame layer and choose frame 40 and right-click. And then choose Insert Keyframe. Move the red playhead to frame 40. Choose the Selection tool. Click off the shape to deselect it. Click and drag the contours of the flame to make the flame skinner, like this. The next is apply the shape twin. Click any frame between the beginning keyframe and the end frame in the frame layer. So when you choose any one of this, so if you cannot click the single one frame, you need to press Command and then click once. And then right-click to select Create Shape Twin. So we need to choose Create Shape Twin. And then watch your animation by choosing Control and Play. So we go to Control and choose Play. And then you can say a smooth change of the shape of the flames. The next step is changing the pace. We need to move in a keyframe. Select the last keyframe of the shape twin in the frame layer, and click and drag the last keyframe to frame 6. So right now it's hard for me to move this keyframe. So what I do is to drag this to frame 6. So now it's frame 6, and then I need to click frame 40 and right click to choose Insert Frame. So now I still have this all the frames till frame 40 and the keyframe is changed to frame 6. The next is inserting additional keyframes. Right-click frame 17 in the flame layer and select Insert Keyframe. So we go to frame 17. So this is frame 17 and right-click to choose Insert Keyframe. And Animate copies the contents of the previous keyframe into the second keyframe. And then we need to insert a keyframe in frame 22. So we go to frame 22 and also right click, choose Insert Keyframe, and also in frame 27. Frame 33. And also frame 40. So your timeline now has 7 keyframes in the frame layer, with a shape tween between the first and the second frames. We need to move the red playhead to frame 17. And choose the selection tool. Click off the shape to deselect it, and click and drag the contours of the flame to create another variation in its shapes. And also, so we need to change the shape of the frame like this. And then go to the next one and also change the shape of it. And the next one to make them really different with each other. Okay, and next is extending the shape twins. Click any frame between the second and the third keyframes, which is here. And then right click and select Create Shape Twin. Now also do the remaining ones, just create Shape Twin. And then we can go to Control, Play, and to say the effect like this. Your flame flickers back and forth for the duration of the animation, depending on how extensive your modifications to the flame has been. Your flame may undergo some weird contortions between keyframes. Next is creating a looping animation. First, we need to duplicate the keyframes. Right-click the first keyframe on the frame layer. So we need to right-click the first one and then choose Copy Frames. And then right-click the last frame on the frame layer. And then right-click to choose Paste Frames. And Animate pastes the contents of the first keyframe into the last keyframe. The first and last keyframe now contain identical flame shapes. Next is previewing the loop. Click the loop playback button at the bottom of the timeline. Okay, I'll click this one. And you will see this. We need to drag it to the beginning and the end. And then you can click play to test. So it plays in a loop. Or you can go to Control, Play, and you can say, or Control Test. So it's in the loop. And next is inserting the animation into a movie clip. Select all the frames on the frame layer and right-click to select Cut Frames. So I click Frame and you can see all of the frames are selected. And right-click, choose Cut Frame. Now I go to Insert and choose New Symbol. Enter Flame as the name. And choose Movie Clip as the type. And click OK. So you can say Animate creates a new movie clip symbol and puts you in symbol editing mode for your new symbol. And right-click or control-click the first frame on your movie clip timeline and select Paste Frames. So we select Paste Frames. the flame animation from the main timeline is pasted into your movie clip symbols timeline. Click the Scene 1 button. So we click Scene 1 button and drag your newly created frame movie clip symbol from the library panel to the stage. So we drag it onto the stage and place it here. And then we go to Control Test to check the animation. Next step is adding shape hints. Double-click the flame movie clip symbol in the library to enter symbol editing mode. Select the first keyframe of the shape twin in the frame layer. And choose Modify, Shape, and then choose Add Shape Hint. So a red circled letter A. So to see it clearly, we'll make it bigger. So you can see there is a letter A in the middle, and the circled letter represents the first shape hint. Choose the selection tool and make sure that the Snap to Object option is enabled. The magnet icon in the bottom of the Tools panel should be depressed. Drag the circled letter to the tip of the flame. So drag it to the tip of the flame. And then choose Modify, Shape, and choose Add Shape Hint. And there is a B, and drag it to the bottom. And then we select the next keyframe of the frame layer, which is frame 6. And then a corresponding red circled B appears on the stage. And drag the circled letters to corresponding points on the shape in the second frame. And also, so B should at the bottom and A should on top, like this. And then we select the first keyframe. So you can notice that the initial shape hints have turned yellow, indicating that they are correctly placed. Scrub the playhead through the first, like this. Now I should remove this loop. Okay, and then drag. So move it like this. The shape hints force the tip of the flame in the first keyframe to map to the tip of the flame in the second keyframe, and the bottoms to map each other. This restricts the transformations. And how to remove the shape hints, we can choose Modify, Shape, and then choose Remove All Hints to remove all of the hints you added. And the next step is animating color. So first we need to adjust the gradient fields. If you are not already in symbol editing, this is symbol editing. You need to double click the icon to enter into this mode. And then we need to choose the second keyframe. We click the second keyframe and then select Gradient Transform tool. This is a Gradient Transform tool. Second keyframe. Click the flame and then use the control points to tighten the color gradient into the base of the flame. So it should be grouped into the base like this, and then move it to the left side and drag the whole gradient to the end, maybe like this. And then move the playhead along the timeline between the first and the second keyframe like this. So you can see it's more visible, like the change, the smooth change of the flame, and also its gradient color. And then we need to select the third keyframe, which is this one. Choose the selection tool. Click on the fill of the flame of this the stage, and then open the color panel by going to Window, choose Color. And then click the inner color marker, which is currently yellow, and then we click it to change the color here. We change it to F019EE and press return. The center color of the gradient turns pink. Move the playhead along the timeline between the second and the third keyframes to view the changes you made. So I drag it, and it will be like this. The next step is creating and using masks. First, we need to define the mask layer. Return to the main timeline by click Same to go back. Unlock the text layer. Double-click the icon in front of the text layer name. And then select Mask and click OK. Then we need to create the masked layer. Click the New Layer button, Create New Layer button, and rename it as Fairy Effect. Drag the Fairy Effect layer under the mask layer so that it becomes masked, like this. Choose File, Import to Stage. And then go to your Lesson 6 folder and choose Fire.jpg and click Open. So you can see the bitmap image of the fire appears on the stage and the words appear on the image. So we need to click the Lock option for both the text layer and also the fairy layer. And then choose Control. Test. As the flame flickers above the text, the letter review the fairy texture in the layer below it. Next is animating the mask and the masked layer. We need to add a tween to the masked layer. Unlock both the text layer and the fairy effect layer. Delete the bitmap image. So we first select it and then delete. Select the rectangle tool, and then the color panel. We go to Window to open Color panel. In the color panel, choose a linear gradient for the fill, and then we need a left marker as FF0000. And then we add a new one. I drag it to the side. Add a new one in the middle and change the color to FFFC00, like this. And then we need to create a rectangle in the fairy effect layer that covers the letters. Okay, I'll drag and create a new rectangle like this. Choose the gradient transform tool, which is this one, and click the fill of this rectangle. Move the center point of the gradient so that the yellow color appears on the far left side of the stage. So drag it like this. It's in the left side. And then right-click Frame 20 in the Fairy Effect layer. We need to go to Frame 20. So Frame 20. and then right-click to enter a keyframe. And then right-click the last frame which is frame 40, and insert a keyframe. Move your playhead to the last frame, which is frame 40. Click the rectangle on the stage, and then choose the Gradient Transform tool. Move the center point of the gradient so that the yellow color appears on the far right side of the stage, like this. And then right-click anywhere on the timeline between the second and the third keyframe in the Fairy Effect layer. Okay, I'll click here and right-click, choose Create. Create Shape Twin. And Animate applies the shape between the two keyframes indicated by a black forwarded pointing arrow. And then we can go to Control to test the effect. You can say the gradient color is changes here like this. And next, the last step for this lesson is easing a shape twin. Adding an ease in, click anywhere inside the shape twin in the Fairy Effect layer. And in the Properties Inspector, we go to Properties. And we need to enter 100 for the ease value. So I'll type in 100 for the ease value. And then go to Control Test. Check the effect. And then don't forget to save your work.